Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everybody's having a good Christmas day. When y'all see this, it probably won't be Christmas anymore, but I wanted to tell all you guys Merry Christmas anyway. So, got an exciting video. Well, at least I hope it's exciting. I mean, I think it's exciting. So, yeah, I am going to tell you some things about some gimbal moves, and then tell you what I think about the Weebil S in the process. All these moves were done with the Weebil S. Now, note, disclaimer, I'm not the best gimbal operator in the world, but I'm learning, okay? I'm more of a photographer than I am a videographer or cinematographer, but I'm really trying more cinematography and everything, so we're kind of learning all this together. Sort of. Like, I've done cinematography and stuff before, but I've done way more photography than that. That's where most of my experience is, and I want to be able to do both, you know, because why not? And cinematography is really fun, and I love movies, so what other reason do I have to have than that? Just gotta make sure we're focusing. Okay. What's up, guys? I am going to show you guys some gimbal moves that I did with my Weebil S, and how you can use these moves and, you know, cinematic movements and stuff to make your videos look so much better and so much more professional. So it always looks better to use something that stabilizes your footage instead of like handheld. You can stabilize your footage with handheld, but to me, this is personal opinion, gimbals make it look gimbals or Steadicams make it look so much better than handheld. Now granted, the handheld look works in some instances. Like, let's say that your character is getting chased, handheld would work in that situation because it'd be hectic, you know. And I'm not talking about the handheld that, like, if you have a cage on your camera and a big like a handle, and the heavier it is, the more stable it's gonna help you be, and the more points of contact you have. Like, you can be handheld, but then you got you know, it's something resting on your shoulder like a grip or something, and then you like looking through the eyepiece. That would help with stabilization. But to me, gimbals just look really smooth and really nice. So I'm going to be using the Weebil S, and I'm going to go through these in like a list of different moves, and then I'm going to put them together in a B-roll sequence so you can see what I'm talking about. So here we go. This shot right here, the first shot, is called a push-in shot. You just slowly push into something that you are trying to portray, like your character, like your main character. You can push in very slowly on their face. Now, granted, I do have to make one correction. I'm not the best gimbal operator yet. I'm still practicing that, you know. I've been more of a photographer. That's my wheelhouse, but I'm really getting more into cinematography. So really, y'all are kind of going on this journey with me as well. So we're kind of learning together. I can teach you some things, and y'all can just watch me, you know, watch me learn as well. I feel like that would be cool to learn together. So, okay, so I'm going a little bit fast in these, so it's not like super slow movement. So just so y'all know, it's not completely smooth. I'm not the best gimbal operator ever. So I'm getting there. I'm trying to get there. I need to use it more. But yeah, that's important. So just so y'all know, I wanted to tell you that. The next clip is called a pullback or a pull out or something. So you're pulling back from close, from being close to your subject or whatever you're trying to show. You pull back slowly or quick and smoothly to reveal like the area that your character is standing in, or something like reveal something around your character. So that's a pullback slash pull out. Pull out sounds wrong, I know. These next shots are actually called, there's a couple of different names for them. One's called the Parallax Move. One is called, the other name for it is the Orbit. I was doing more like a half orbit, but it's where you take your gimbal and you keep your subject in the center and you orbit around them. So what makes it a parallax is if you have a wider lens, and you go around your subject, everything's going to be moving the same speed, your background and your subject. But if you have a longer lens, like I was using a 35mm, which is not that long, it's still wide, but the background will look like it's moving faster than your subject in the center of the frame. So that is what makes it a parallax. So the longer lens you got, the faster your background's going to look. You got that Michael Bay super speedy epic shot, he uses that a lot. Then I decided to try to do a wider orbit, so I was trying to orbit around my house. So that's a pretty cool shot. I can show you that. It's still in orbit, but it's more like a half orbit because I had to walk so far, to try to get my house to orbit. So yeah, there's that one. Now, this next shot is called a dolly. A dolly is when your camera is moving left or moving right. So you can use a dolly to follow somebody from the side, or you can use a dolly to like, let's say you got something in your foreground and you're looking at something in the background. Your subject is what is in the background, but you can use your foreground to dolly, and it will show more movement because you're using it's dollying sideways to the left or the right, and it will if you have something in your foreground, it always looks like it's moving more. So you can do that with anything though, you're showing something, you can dolly left, dolly right, and it can be slow or fast. Let's say some action is happening, you dolly real quick, but you don't want to turn your gimbal. You want it to, slide like this. So that would be kind of like what a slider would do. So that the same movement a slider would do. So you'd have to keep your camera on like lock mode, like on the Weebil S. You would have to lock in one position and slide. So that's a dolly shot. Okay, so this last shot that I did, I just took the Weebil S and I was running as fast as I possibly could just to see how smooth it would be. I wasn't like trying to do the ninja gimbal walk and whatnot to get it as smooth as possible. I just held it and I sprinted. Now granted, I'm not a very fast runner, but I had a wide enough lens that it made it look fast. But it's not the best shot in the world. I just wanted to see the smoothness, so that's what I put that in there for, just so y'all know. Next two shots are called Jib Shots. One is a Jib Shot up and one is a Jib Shot down. It works a lot better if you have like a monopod on your gimbal, so you can extend it way up, you know, and then way down from high. So you could, it's like let's say you want to show somebody going up some stairs or something, up on like a big porch or something, like a deck, and you're down low. You could use a jib up shot to from the ground. You can show them walking up the steps and then follow them with the jib up shot, and then you can come back down with it slowly. So that would be combining the two shots accurately and make it look cool. Alright, so let's put all those together and make a B-roll sequence out of it, and we'll see what it all looks like. I will catch you back in a second. You see what I mean? That will make, all those moves will make your videos more interesting. And you know, you can mix these moves. You don't have to do just one at a time. You can do orbits with slides. You can do dollies to like diagonally. You can do all kind of stuff. So you really can. I mean, the sky's the limit. Smooth footage is what you're after, you know, but you can combine these moves together. Like you can do dolly shots while you're doing a jib shot, like it's dollying sideways and lifting up and following somebody all at the same time. So yeah, it's awesome how you can do it. And then I kind of get a little bit scatterbrained whenever I start shooting with a gimbal, because I'm like, what do I do? So you kind of have to think what you're gonna do. You kind of have to know your shot before you're gonna shoot it. Just like photography, you kind of gotta know what you're gonna do before you do it. That way you don't get so scatterbrained with all the different things that you can do. But yeah, that is the shot list that I wanted to show. I didn't really have anybody to follow, so I couldn't show you like the follow shot and the leading shot and all that. Unfortunately, I kind of can't do that by myself. I mean, I could show that in another video with my drone, but this is about a gimbal. It's not a drone. But yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think about the Weebil S so far. I've only used it a couple times, so I can't really give like an in-depth review, but I will tell you what I think about it. I had the Ronin SC, which is also a good gimbal, don't get me wrong, but it seemed like it couldn't hold much. Like it says it was supposed to hold 4.5 pounds. And I put my Sony 16 to 35 f4 Zeiss lens on my A7 III, right? And if it was fine, but if I have to zoom all the way out, like to 16, because this lens, it extends when you want to go wider. So I would have to do that if I was going to do a real estate video. Like, I'd have to shoot at 16 or 20, something like that. The problem I didn't like about the Ronin SC was that the eye cup would hit the back. It didn't really, you don't really have much room. You don't really have much room to grow because it won't hold anything heavier than this. Is what I think anyway. Like, it was giving me jitteries. It was giving me like jittery movements and acting weird. So I was like, screw that thing. I'm gonna get the Weebil S because I've heard so much about it. I know the Weebil S has been out for a while, but as soon as I got it, already easier to balance, already easier to maneuver because of the handle, like briefcase. It's called briefcase mode. It's like you can go into underslung mode pretty easily, and it just, I don't know, it's just more intuitive in my opinion. But it was very, very easy to, it's a lot easier to balance than the SC was, the Ronin SC. So that was like right out of the box what I've noticed. Secondly, it can hold a lot of weight, and there's a lot of room. Like, it won't, nothing you put on it besides like a really big lens, nothing you put on it will hit the eye cup, won't hit the back of the motor, the back motor. So that's really nice. It can hold a A7 III or any of the A7 Alpha, Sony Alpha bodies with a 16-35 2.8 G Master, which is a pretty big lens, and a 24-70 G Master, which is an even bigger lens. So they call it the Tiny Giant. So it's pretty rad. So when I upgrade this Zeiss 16-35 f4 to the 2.8 G Master, which I will, I hope soon, one day, it'll hold it. So that's great. That is my footage and a little bit on what I thought about the Weebil S. And so far, anyway, I haven't used it a ton, so I don't know, I may find some problems, but as many, people that like that thing and have given reviews and all that, I think I'll end up loving it. So I don't think there's really any issues with it, like bad issues. So that will, I think I'll end up loving it. So Merry Christmas again, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit a goal of 200 subscribers by the end of January on 2022. My New Year's resolutions is to grow this YouTube channel. So I'm really seriously trying to grow. So I will be posting often. I don't know really a schedule. I just post often, but not like every single day. It won't be every day, but yeah, I'm really trying to, let's try to hit 200 subscribers by the end of January. Let's hit that goal. Let's try that. So let's get this video to like this video. That helps with the algorithm and everything. And once you subscribe, hit that bell notification, and every time I upload a new video, you will see it. It will show you, notifications will pop up and show you. So every time I upload a new video, you'll know. That bell icon's awesome. So smash that too. Smash the like button, bell notification, subscribe. Let's get to this goal. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.